Good morning. Now, for me, 2025 was absolutely fantastic. For instance, I got to call names, right? When people said something about the COVID injection, I got to call them names. I haven't done this enough, but I will, because I enjoy it so much. Watch the reaction from them, you see. So this is how it works. We are talking and the person says something, no, I don't know, I don't think that COVID injection was very good. And I will be right there, I will move in and I will say, oh, I see, you are now wearing a tinfoil hat. Evidently, that's what you're doing now, you see. I want to do more of this because it's fantastic. You see, this is how I work. I get even with people. Right. So I could even go further. I haven't done this yet, but I want to go further with this. And if they say something like, I have some questions about the COVID injection. I don't understand it. If they say something like this, I will go, oh, I see, you're a Nazi now. Or you're a flat earther. Yeah. Of course you are. You want to question this thing? Yeah, I love it. So 2025 was amazing because so many people now put on their tinfoil hats. And I'll give you two examples. The first one is the former director of the CDC, Robert Redfield. So he was the director in 2018 through 2020. January 2020 he left, apparently. This is what he says now. I really would like to see the mRNA vaccine use curtailed, and personally, I like to see it eliminated because I think there's too many unknowns. Fantastic example of a flat earth, don't you think? Well, at least he's got a tinfoil hat. Right. The other one, I just watched this thing. I don't know the name of this lady, but she's a medical coder. And from what I understand, this is a person who looks at data coming in about patients, and she makes a diagnosis, right? That's what I understand. So that's her job. And this is what she said about it. Definitely a Nazi, this lady. She says, I didn't know it was possible for a human to die so horrifically, so quickly, before they rolled out the mRNA injections. For days, patients would be seizing, and no medications would stop it, and eventually they just kind of had to be put down. The worst of them, they called it sepsis, but it was like instant multi-organ failure. Now, when I read this stuff, I get emotional because I'm thinking about my older brother who died just after taking this poison, right? And I know it was terrible for him. I hate this stuff. Right? All right, so that's what she said. Kind of had to be put down. The worst of them, they called it sepsis. Yeah, I read this one. Right. She says, like within hours, patients would die of liver, lung, kidney failure all at once. Some of the records from the emergency crew that found them, it's like their body tried to reject everything. And in some of these cases, their family would be there 30 minutes before, and then within an hour, they are dead. And she says there were people that were hiking in their 20s that were totally healthy, that had been running marathons, that suddenly needed a leg amputated because they had a massive blood clot going from their hip all the way down to their leg, and it couldn't be saved. Right? Yeah, terrible. But there it is, an example of a flat Earth tinfoil hat lady. So many in 2025, and I will be telling them. I will be talking to them. I will call them Nazis. See, I think so. It's only fair. If you consider what happened to those of us who questioned this insanity. We just had questions, right? We didn't trust Big Pharma. We had questions. We didn't trust the politicians and the health authorities. We wanted to know, right? Wanted to know what this was. You know, I immediately thought, well, this is an experiment, isn't it? Well, they would be immune from accusations. I mean, Big Pharma. You couldn't get to them. If something bad happened because of the injection, you couldn't touch Big Pharma. And that's a sign of an experiment, as you know, of course. No, I didn't take it. I'm very happy about it. There was never a question in my mind to take it, but of course I remember what happened. I questioned this thing, and I was called names. So now I'm getting even with all these stupid morons. All right, be good.